I am State Senator Len Suzio. I represent Senate District 13, which is Meriden, Middlefield, Middletown, and Cheshire. And I'm here tonight to testify about the requested rate increase by Eversource. And I want to begin by saying I think extraordinary times and extraordinary circumstances require extraordinary decisions in recognition of those circumstances. The rate increase that has been requested by Eversource is certainly understandable. They have shareholders to account to, and they have a rate of return they want to acquire or earn. But at the same time, as my good friend, the representative who was just speaking before me, said, Connecticut is in an extraordinarily difficult circumstance right now. The state budget itself is going into deficit deeper and deeper day by day. When we are talking about budget deficits for many years out, we are in beyond, I say, crisis stage. We're into catastrophe stage as far as the state budget's concerned. And our only hope in the long run is for the Connecticut economy to recapture its vigor that it had for so many, many years. But we are operating with a handicap, several handicaps, one of which is, I think, the high tax burden that we have here in Connecticut and the regulatory environment, too. But in addition, we do have the second highest electric rates in the country. And increasing those rates right at this point in time, when we are in dire need of becoming more attractive to businesses, is the wrong choice at the wrong time. And again, I wouldn't ordinarily be up here saying, oh, don't give any rate increase at all. I'm a big believer in the free market and in the right to make a profit. But under the circumstances, the good of the citizens of the state of Connecticut, the good of the entire state, I think has to be taken into consideration. And what we're asking for is not an indefinite cap on the electric rates that are being charged by the utilities here, but we need some kind of time in which to restore, again, the appeal of the state. And I think at least for the next year or so, we should be looking at trying to stabilize that. I think the legislature itself is committed to trying to hold the line on any tax increases, and I would ask the utility companies that they might consider that as well. In fact, I think it would be awesome. It would be mind-boggling if the utilities would voluntarily withdraw their request. The goodwill that they would win from the citizens of Connecticut, I think, would be far more valuable than the extra dollars of profit that they might make by a few percentage points increase in the utility rates that they're asking for the commission to approve. So I would ask you again, you have to take a lot of things into consideration, and we are not, again, talking about rates for the next 10 years. I think under the circumstances that the people of Connecticut and the hard-pressed families, and by the way, I do have emails from people all the time. This was one that came in just a little while ago, making it so hard to stay in Connecticut between taxes and rising utility rates. It isn't easy for a low-income family such as myself and the elderly. We can barely provide food, let alone our other living expenses. And that's I think, something that's experienced by thousands of Connecticut families. But I'm going beyond that. I'm actually to consider the business climate and the business appeal, which is really what we all hope will get the state back on its feet again and give us the ability to restore the standard of living, which Connecticut has been so well known for and which has made it appealing for so long. So I respectfully urge you to think carefully about this decision from that perspective. And I know it would be unusual for the commission to totally deny a complete rate request, but I think the circumstances do warrant it, and I thank you for your consideration. I do have some remarks I put in writing, which I'll hand off as well as part of the record.
Yep.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. And Senator, if you'd like, you get further emails at your office, feel free to forward those on to the authority. And again, we'll make sure they're into the record. We put those into the record.
I'd be happy to do so. In fact, if you give me the electronic address to send it to, I don't think you want me to come down here with a box full of paper. I'd be happy to do so.
But if you want to do it electronically, Ally, could you give the senator email address?
Yeah, you can email me at my send email address and just tell me where I could send and forward the emails to. I'd be happy to do so. And thank you again for your time and consideration tonight.
Senator, again, for your time.